Hello students, in this video I am going to teach you about the process photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process of formation of food in plants. Food that is glucose or sucrose or starch. Now what are the requirements of the photosynthesis? So photosynthesis requires four things. First one is light, second chlorophyll, third water, and fourth one is CO2. Moving forward, what is the reaction of the photosynthesis? So in this process in this process 6 molecules of CO2 combines with 6 molecules of water in the presence of chlorophyll, sunlight, to form C6H12O6. C6H12O6 is the formula for the glucose, and 6 molecules of oxygen are released. Okay, so what is the reaction? The 6 molecules of CO2 combines with 6 molecules of water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight to form glucose, and 6 molecules of oxygen are released. Now, what are steps involved in this process? So, three steps are involved in this process. First one is the solar energy absorption. Second, breaking of water molecules and release of oxygen. This occurs with the with the help of the energy, that is solar energy, which is absorbed, and with the help of that energy H2O molecules are broken down to release oxygen, and then reduction of CO2 occurs to form glucose. Now, what is the significance of photosynthesis? So by the process of photosynthesis, we get food, we get oxygen, and CO2 is also absorbed from the environment, because when we release CO2, there will be increase in the concentration of CO2 in the environment, and that CO2 that CO2 is absorbed by the plants. Okay, so let us see one by one each step. First, in the uh, first, let us see how the CO2 is absorbed from the environment. So CO2 is taken inside the plants with the help of the stomata. You can see here that stomata has a small stomatal pore through which the gas can enter inside the leaf. Okay, and the stomata also contains chlorophyll, and the stomata is guarded by guard cells. So what happens when the water enters inside these guard cells swell up, and when they swell up they open this pore, and when this pore opens up, then the gas can enter inside the leaf. Okay, so this is how the CO2 is absorbed from the environment. Now, what is the site of photosynthesis? So site of photosynthesis is chloroplast. The photosynthesis occurs inside the chloroplast. Okay, now let us move forward. What is the mechanism of photosynthesis? So photosynthesis is not a single step process, as you have seen earlier in the previous slide, that there was only one reaction. So that was the reduced form of reaction which was written, that is 6 molecules of CO2 combines with 6 molecules of water to form glucose, and oxygen is released. Now let us see the complete process of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis consists of two reactions. One is light reaction and this other one is dark reaction. Light reaction is also known as Hill reaction, and dark reaction is also known as Blackman reaction. Now both are necessary to occur simultaneously so that the glucose can be formed. If only one reaction occurs, then the glucose cannot be manufactured. Okay, so both the reaction should takes place in the plant, then only the glucose can be manufactured. Okay, now let us see one by one the each reaction. Now what is light reaction? Light reaction requires light. That's why its name is light reaction. It occurs in thylakoids of the plastid. In the light reaction, ATP and NADPH plus H plus or NADPH2 are synthesized. These are the reduced form, or the biomolecules which are later on used in the dark reaction. Okay, and the oxygen is released in the light reaction. So this is the work of light reaction, that ATP and NADPH2 are formed and oxygen is released. Okay, now there are two phases in the light reaction. In the first phase, the photolysis of water occurs. How does it occur? The sunlight will come, and the sunlight will break down the water molecule into 2 hydrogen ion, 1 nascent oxygen atom is released, and 2 electrons are released. Okay, so when two molecules of water molecules are broken down, then the O2 will be released, and this oxygen will be released in the environment, and 4 hydrogen and 4 electrons are uh, released in this process. Now what occurs in the second phase of this reaction? ATP and NADPH2 are formed. How does it occur? The NADP plus combines with these 2 electrons and 2 hydrogen to form NADPH2. Okay, and the ADP that is present in the stromal side of the plastate, the ATP combines with the inorganic phosphate plus energy to form ATP. Okay, now in the dark reaction also known as Blackman reaction, also known as biosynthetic phase. Now why it is known as biosynthetic phase? Because in this phase, or in this dark reaction only, the glucose is manufactured. Okay, so the main product of the photosynthesis is produced in the dark reaction. That is why it is known as biosynthetic phase. Now, dark reaction does not require light. That is why it is known as dark reaction. It does not mean that dark reaction can occur only in dark. Dark reaction does not require light. That's why it is known as dark reaction. It is a misnomer. Okay, so it can occur at the daytime. It can occur at the night time. So it can, but it does not require light. That's why it is dark reaction. It occurs in the stroma. Light reaction occurs in the thylakoids. Dark reaction occurs in the stroma. It will utilize the products which were formed in the light reaction, that is NADPH2 and ATP will be utilized in this dark reaction. The oxygen is released in the environment, so the NADPH2 and ATP will be utilized in the dark reaction. And the glucose, the actual molecule, what we require, the glucose is formed in the dark reaction. Now let us see the whole process. So whole process it is a cycle. Okay, so it starts from the ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. Ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate is found in the stroma of the plastate. So ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate combines with the CO2 and water and carboxylation. Carboxylation means addition of the CO2 to ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. So this process is known as carboxylation. So addition of carbon dioxide occurs in this. So it will form the product 3-phosphoglycerate. 3-phosphoglycerate is a molecule, is a 3 carbon molecule. Okay, now ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate is a 5 carbon molecule. 5 carbon combines with one carbon containing, that is CO2. So 5 plus 1 6, but here the 3-phosphoglycerate is only 3 carbon. So how we get a 3 carbon compound only? So there are two molecules of the two molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. So 3 to the 6, so the carbons are conserved. Okay, so now then what occurs? Then 3-phosphoglycerate will be reduced. Reduce means addition of hydrogen from hydrogen, from where we get this hydrogen? From the NADPH. Now NADPH will be utilized, and the hydrogen will be added to the 3-phosphoglycerate to form triose phosphate. Now from the triose phosphate, one carbon molecule will be released to form sucrose. Now only one carbon molecule is released from the triose phosphate. So overall six cycles of this Calvin cycle. This cycle is known as Calvin cycle. So 6 cycles should take place to form one molecule of glucose. Okay, and then we need the regeneration of the ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate, because अगर ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate सिर्फ triose phosphate बनाते गया तो वो पूरी तरह से खत्म हो जाएगा, वो triose वो स्ट्रोमा में बचेगा ही नहीं। तो इसलिए हमें उसका रीजनरेशन कराना पड़ता है, और रीजनरेशन के लिए भी ATP लगता है। ओके, सो 1 ATP विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू ADP फॉर द रीजनरेशन ऑफ triose bisphosphate, and 2 ATPs are required for the reduction of the 3-phosphoglycerate to NADPH molecules. So in each Calvin cycle, 2 ATP during the reduction and 1 ATP for regeneration. So overall 3 ATPs are required, and 2 molecules of NADPH are required. Okay, so this is how Calvin cycle occurs. And so a total to make one molecule of sugar, 6 turns of Calvin cycles are required. Okay, now let us see what are the differences between the light reaction and the dark reaction. Light reaction, light reaction requires light for the uh, to occur, to take place. Dark reaction does not require light. That is why it is known as dark reaction. In this light reaction, light energy is converted into chemical energy. How? The light will be used for the photolysis of water, and then the energy which is released in the form of the electrons, that energy will be utilized to form the NADPH and the ATP. Okay, now in the dark reaction, the chemical energy is used in the building organic substance. Chemical energy which was stored in the form of ATP and the NADPH will be now utilized in the dark reaction to form glucose. Now, where does light reaction takes place? Light reaction takes place in thylakoids or the grana, because grana are made up of thylakoids. Okay, okay. So it takes place in thylakoid of the chloroplast, and dark reaction takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. What are the products of light reaction? ATP and NADPH2 are the products of light reaction, and in the dark reaction, carbohydrate is formed. Uh, and what about oxygen? So oxygen is liberated as a byproduct in the light reaction, and in the dark reaction, oxygen is not released. So this okay. Now let us see what are the factors affecting the photosynthesis. So first one is the light intensity and the quality. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी आप कोई से भी लाइट दो और फोटोसिंथेसिस होने लग जाएगा. वी रिक्वायर अ पर्टिकुलर वेवलेंथ ऑफ लाइट के, उससे उसी से हम फोटोलिसिस ऑफ वाटर होता है कि हर एक वेवलेंथ के एक पर्टिकुलर वेवलेंथ की एक पर्टिकुलर एनर्जी होती है जो कि वाटर मॉलिक्यूल को ब्रेक कर सकती है. ओके, so 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer is the required wavelength of the light which can help in the photosynthesis. This is known as photosynthetically active radiation. Now red and the blue light are the most effective wavelength, or most effective in photosynthesis, and the green light is least effective for the photosynthesis. Now second factor which affect the photosynthesis is the availability of the CO2. As we increase the CO2 concentration, the photosynthesis will occur in at a higher rate, and it will increase the rate of photosynthesis. Now third one, availability of water. Water is required for the photosynthesis. अगर पानी कम मिलेगा तो photosynthesis नहीं होगा. Fourth one, temperature. An optimum temperature of the range of 20 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius is required for the photosynthesis. अगर इसके हम बाहर चले जाते हैं, for example, if we increase the temperature of the environment, then the stomata will close. और अगर stomata close हो जाएगा तो transpiration मतलब अगर टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करेंगे, अगर स्टोमेटा क्लोज नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा कि वाटर लॉस बढ़ जाएगा. वाटर लॉस बढ़ जाएगा तो फोटोसिंथेसिस कम हो जाएगी. एंड सिमिलरली व्हेन वी डिक्रीज द टेम्परेचर, तो टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज करने से एंजाइम्स की एक्टिविटी को बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ेगा. और अगर एंजाइम्स ही वर्क नहीं करेंगे तो फिर किस तरह से होगी फिर फोटोसिंथेसिस. So an optimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius is required for the photosynthesis. And the fifth one is the pollution. So the oxides of sulfur and the nitrogen are affecting the photosynthesis very much at a, क्योंकि इससे क्या होता है कि एक पर्टिकुलर जो CO2 चाहिए वो नहीं मिलेगी, और उसकी उसकी जगह पे ऑक्साइड्स ऑफ नाइट्रोजन और सल्फर मिलेंगे. तो इससे फोटोसिंथेसिस का रेट बहुत ज़्यादा अफेक्ट करता है. Okay, so these are the five factors which affect the photosynthesis, and this takes care of the discussion of the photosynthesis. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button. और अगर आपको कुछ भी डाउट है तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में अपने डाउट्स छोड़ सकते हैं. Okay, thank you so much.